Morning, folks. Hope everybody's doing well this morning. Today we're going to be using RazoRock. This is a Tuscan Oud. Started out being 5 ounces or 150 milliliters. It's got somewhat less now. That's what it looks like there on the inside. It's fairly soft, so easy to lather up. I've got quite a bit lathered up over here. And of course got the matching aftershave right here. I have a link down below for a lot of the stuff if you're interested in checking it out. This is, it took no time at all. This is what I whipped up this morning. I mean, it whipped up pretty darn quick. Whipped it up here. This is the Vulfix. What this is called right there is kind of hard to see. It says the old original. There's a Super Badger. It just, like you just tell, it just bloomed right on up. It just, it went wild with the lather. It was a lot of fun to lather up with this brush. Blade of the day. Going to try the 7 o'clock Sharpedge from Gillette. And going to be using it here in the Blackland Dart. Probably seen a few videos on this one. This one here is probably the, this is the inexpensive shaver they have in their lineup. Runs you about I think it's like $99, $100. This one here is, I guess you might say, as cheap as you can go. It's not polished or anything like that. But it is very well made. In other words, I don't have any doubt that this would last you a lifetime. It is well built. Really nice. It's nicely made. I really like the way it's made. Nice weight in your hand. Feels good in your hand. I mean, it just, for me, it's impressive. It does have weight behind it, and I do enjoy the weight of a razor in my hand. In other words, it feels like a tool that's going to last. It just, for me, it's just, you know, the ooh and ah, I guess you might say, when I first got it. I've had this for a little while, just now getting to the point where I put it on video. It started with the Phoenix Artisan Accoutrements. This one here is a Christmas version of the Preshave soap. Already put a hot towel to the face this morning. And watched a few videos and read a few reviews of this, or impressions of this particular shaver. And I guess you might say it's kind of a mixed review on how aggressive it is. Going to find out today. The reason why I went ahead and went with the 7 o'clock Sharpedge is because I wanted to try something a little different than what I typically would start out with, like, in other words, a Persona blade or something like that, or cool. In other words, you know, some of my favorite blades. Thought maybe give it a chance to see what a 7 o'clock would do. No, a lot of people do enjoy the 7 o'clock series. Most folks have their favorites, whether it's the Sharpedge or whatever the case might be, whatever their favorite one is. And I thought I would give this one a try. I've got a couple of packs and thought I'd give it a try and see how it works in this particular shaver. Kind of hope, in other words, the shave goes well. It's kind of a mixed bag sometimes, you know, flip the coin when it comes to using a new shaver, where you're going to use a blade you're really familiar with, or you're just going to go all out and new shaver and a blade you're not totally familiar with. I've used 7 o'clock Sharpedge before, and it's worked well in the shavers I've used, so I thought it might be worth a try, see how it works out. Scent strength of the soap, at least for my nose, I could smell it when I was whipping it up this morning. I can smell it now. And it is a nice scent, at least per my nose it is. Brushed it really well this morning. I mean, it just, the lather just bloomed. It just went boom. There it is. It did great. Guess you might say a little on the impressive side. it was a lot of fun because when you see it, you know how it's developing, and then all of a sudden it just gets really big. All right, so here we go. Blackland Dart with a Gillette 7 o'clock sharp edge. And pretty much like I expected, everybody talks about the blade feel. I think the blade feel is going to be there regardless what blades you put in there. Just how it feels, it's going to be up to what blade you use. I was thinking about going with a derby. Being kind of careful with it because I'm not wanting to end up with any weepers, because this feels like a very efficient shaver. That's one thing I don't think I've seen anybody really accuse it of not being efficient. It could be that I overlooked it, but I don't think anybody's accused it of not being efficient. It feels pretty good though. Yeah, it's pretty darn efficient. Yeah, it felt like it when I was going down through there on my pass. Just really not a whole lot left. Another one of those shavers where if you understand how your whiskers are mapped out on your face and which way they grow, in other words, you could do a two-pass shave pretty easy with this particular shaver and have a very smooth face. I think this is going to be one of my favorite razors. It really does feel good in the hands. If you're not looking for a heavyweight, this probably won't be it. Like I said, I have the link down below if you want to check it out. But because of the blade feel, it may not be for everyone. Especially if you got sensitive skin. This would be one of those shavers that may take a few blades, figure out which one works best for you in this particular shaver. I've been pretty fortunate where I've been able to use a number of different kind of blades and shavers and do pretty well with them. This is one of those shavers though where you let the weight of the shaver and the sharpness of the blade do the work for you. It's not you don't want to put a lot of pressure on your face with this shaver. I think you'd end up with several weepers if you do. And it's kind of interesting that it has that kind of a blade feel to it. Considering, I'll show you again. Here if you look, the blade exposure is not a whole lot there. Especially for the blade feel that you get. This really does smell good. Kind of surprised that my nose is still working as well as it is this morning. It is nice though. Like I say, it's not every day that my nose works this well. This is such an efficient razor. A lot of fun to use. Kind of means that tomorrow there may not be much on my face to be shaving with. Now, if everything goes well, tomorrow's shave is going to be with a Melon. Don't remember exactly what the model is. It's got a good looking handle to it. Yeah, there's not much left on my face at all. That's with doing my basic, just same routine with the grain across the grain, against the grain kind of shave. Like I say, if I changed my normal routine, I could have ended this in 2 passes though. Face feels really soft. Soap did well protecting my face, as well as the Preshave soap. It's one of those things I was kind of concerned about with this blade and shaver setup, that I was kind of concerned that am I going to end up with some weepers, but it did well. It's hard to tell you, on camera, just how soft, especially up here on my cheeks. I mean, it is so smooth, very efficient. And this razor is made so well. It just feels so great in the hands. Money well spent. Got a little bit of stinging going on though, which is okay. I mean, like I said, I didn't end up with any weepers, nicks, cuts, or anything quite like that. So really can't complain too much. Witch hazel here. In case you first time seen one of my videos with this one here, the reason why the color is the way that it is I've got peppermint in it. Now there's just enough peppermint in there where it's noticeable, but for my nose it doesn't last, how can you say forever. But nice cooling effect on the face. Matter of fact, we're probably getting close to the season where we can go with something that's methylated. Temperature dropped. I think the low last night was like 39, or probably 39 right now. No, I can't smell it anymore. This scent is just, for me, it works really well for my nose. If you're unfamiliar with RazoRock, that's what the restrictor looks like there. Your typical 3.4 ounces, I guess you might say. 100 milliliter bottle. Today's Thursday. Special day, I guess you might say, in some ways, in that we finally was able to get an appointment to go get the COVID shot. So later on this morning, that's what I'll be doing. So hopefully I get this thing uploaded before, I think I'm going to use some more. Get it uploaded before I have to go, because it's an early appointment. Man, I'm going to be smelling good this morning. This really is a nice scent, especially if you like ouds. Really like this one. One of my favorites from RazoRock. I had a great shave this morning. Go ahead and do this part here, because if I remember right, yes, if I had to complain about this razor, is that post is awfully darn short. It could be just a tiny bit longer. That's the only thing I could find that I would really complain about. Otherwise, I mean, I ordered it this way, but it looks just fine to me. It works fantastic. So there's the blade there. That's the only thing I could find that I could complain about. I don't mind how it's, the tooling on the cap is still very smooth, even though you can see it. At least for my fingers, I can't feel it. It still feels very smooth. what it looks like there on the handle. Just really nice. Well built. I mean, it's built. It reminds me of a pickup truck. Built solid. Great tool there. Hope everybody's doing well. Stay safe, stay healthy, and swoosh haze to you.